The Black-Eyed Children horror story. It was a moonless night in suburban Idaho. The kind of night when the world felt eerily still, as if it were holding its breath. Samantha Lawson sat curled up on her couch, the soft glow of her laptop illuminating her face. She had been browsing late-night forums about urban legends, a guilty pleasure of hers. Tonight's topic, the Black-Eyed Children. Her eyes skimmed over story after story of these mysterious, pale-skinned kids with jet-black eyes who were said to knock on doors, asking for help. The tales were all the same. They'd appear out of nowhere, always in pairs or small groups, and they'd ask to come inside. Something about them unsettled the storytellers, as if an innate primal instinct warned against letting them in. Samantha laughed to herself, shutting her laptop. "What a load of nonsense," she muttered. "People believe anything." A sharp knock at the door startled her, making her jump. She glanced at the clock. 12:03 a.m. Her heart thudded in her chest. "Who could that be?" she whispered. Another knock, this time louder and more insistent. Samantha stood, her feet hesitant on the hardwood floor. Peering through the peephole, she saw two children standing on her porch. The dim porch light cast shadows on their faces, but something about them seemed off. They stood too still, their posture unnaturally rigid. "Hello?" Samantha called through the door. "Can I help you?" "We need to come in," said the taller of the two, a boy who looked to be around 10. His voice was flat, almost robotic. "Our parents aren't here," added the younger one, a girl who couldn't have been older than 8. "We're scared." Samantha hesitated. Her instincts screamed at her to turn them away, but they were just kids. "Where are your parents?" "Let us in," the boy repeated. She tightened her grip on the doorknob. "I can't let you in, but I can call the police to help you." The girl stepped closer to the door, her face now fully visible in the peephole. Samantha's stomach churned. The child's eyes were pitch black, void of whites or irises. She gasped, stumbling back. Another knock, harder this time. The sound reverberated through the house. "Let us in," the boy demanded again, his voice carrying an unnatural echo. Samantha backed away, her breath quickening. She fumbled for her phone and dialed 911, but the line crackled with static. "No, no, no," she whispered, frantically trying again. The call wouldn't go through. The knocks turned into pounding. "We can't come in unless you invite us," the boy's voice rang out, cold and menacing. "Go away," she screamed, her voice shaking. The pounding stopped. Silence filled the house. Samantha stayed frozen, clutching her phone, until she mustered the courage to peek through the peephole again. The porch was empty. Relief flooded her, but it was short-lived. A sharp scraping sound came from the back door. Her blood ran cold. They were trying to get in another way. She grabbed a kitchen knife and crept toward the back door. The scraping continued, followed by faint whispers. Samantha couldn't make out the words, but the tone was wrong, inhuman. Her fingers trembled as she checked the lock. It was secure. She took a step back, her eyes darting to every shadow in the room. The whispers stopped, replaced by a low, guttural growl. And then, silence. Hours passed. Samantha didn't sleep. She sat in the living room, every light in the house on, the knife still clutched in her hand. When dawn finally broke, she dared to step outside. There was no sign of the children, but 2 small handprints, black and oily, were smeared on her front door. Over the following weeks, Samantha couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Shadows seemed to linger too long in the corners of her vision, and she started hearing faint knocks late at night. The Black-Eyed Children had come, and though she hadn't let them in, she knew they weren't done with her. They never were.